Thrill Me.
This show is part of the Thrill Me Podcast Network. Experience more on Facebook and YouTube.
Here we are. What's up? Welcome to episode 2, The Deuce. This is the Disnoids podcast. I am Review It Rob. With me is freaking the mamas and the papas over there. Look at that hat. We got Tombstone Josh hanging out with us. What's up, man?
Did you just say we're dropping a deuce? Is that what's going on right now?
I said this is episode 2 or a deuce, but yes, we always drop deuces on this show. That's what we do.
Just like that, yeah.
I ain't talking that deuces, all right? I do throw that up.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Your style there is fitting the vibe of some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today, as Universal Orlando has decided to drop some Mardi Gras 2024 info for all of us. So we're going to jump into that, as well as some other kind of goodies and news we can find going on around the world. I am running on a high right now between my team, the Houston Texans, being awesome this season, and I saw Mean Girls last week, and I freaking absolutely loved and adored that movie and the soundtrack. So I'm on a pretty good run right now, man. The year started off rough. Night Swim, terrible movie. Talking about dropping a deuce. That movie dropped a deuce in the pool, and that's a no-no. But Mean Girls was awesome. We'll see what happens this weekend. There's 2 movies I need to pick between to see. We'll see what happens. But how are you, man?
I'm good. That was a lot of words you just threw out there really fast all at one time. So,
I did, yeah.
What do you mean I'm dressed for Mardi Gras? I don't have any beads on. I'm not wearing a fancy mask. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Do you mean color? You mean the color?
The color fits, yeah. The hat seems like somebody that would be like bopping and jiving down the, freaking street on one of the parades and everything. Like you could have beads hanging off the hat or even around the hat or both. Yeah. Like I'm just saying, man.
It's you know what, Mardi, like I need to, but I don't get into HHN like you guys do. I know you guys love it. I think Mardi Gras might be my favorite time of year at Universal, man. I love it so much. And I'm stoked it's coming up.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I've gone once. I went once.
Nah, you've been a couple times with us.
I don't think I've been to Mardi Gras more than once, to be honest with you.
I think you've been twice.
Maybe it's possible. I forget things.
Or maybe it was New Year's.
Yes, I've been to Universal on Christmas.
Okay, maybe that was it.
I did Universal Christmas. I've done all of them once at this point. But yeah, it's a fun atmosphere and environment. It's not HHN for me, like you mentioned. HHN's my thing. Speaking of, real quick plug, Haunters Podcast dropped a special HHN speculatory episode. I like saying speculatory, speculation, but speculatory is a fun word to say. So that's out there. Go ahead and go check that out. That's a fun episode over there. But there'll be more HHN stuff to come from them as well as myself. But Mardi Gras, man, what's going on with Mardi Gras?
So Mardi Gras, the dates were officially announced. Universal had come out and said that the Mardi Gras event for this particular year is going to be from February 3rd to April 7th. I was like, man, that seems really early, but February 3rd is right around the corner. Can't get here soon enough. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad it's like the whole 2 months, man. 2 months of just a whole big old party going on down there. It's pretty exciting. And it really kind of lights that fire of, man, I need to get down there as soon as possible.
Yeah, man. I saw that they announced some things. We talked. There's food that they announced. We can jump into food real quick before we jump into concert stuff. So they haven't announced all the food. They normally don't do full announcements of food. Same with HHN. But some of the things they showed us, you can see this on their website, Universal Orlando's Mardi Gras 2024 website. So in Germany, they got something called the chicken schnitzel. Schnitzel. There's some breaded chicken served with baked cheese. So that, sounds pretty good. Sounds like I would actually enjoy that. And then we're getting into words I can't pronounce. So Mexico's got some pulled roasted chicken, corn, tortillas. So, nachos looks pretty good. Let's see. We've got this looks disgusting. I'm sorry. China's got a noodle salad. Chinese noodles, spicy black vinegar dressing, cucumbers, peanuts, scallions. You're all over it. Looks like something I threw up the other night. Just saying,
Did you almost say spaghetti? Did you almost say spaghetti?
I did say spaghetti. It's spaghetti salad.
I like, hey man, spaghetti's like the best, dude.
If you say so. And the last, let's see, we have Puerto Rico. They've got layers of sweet yellow plantains. with beef and cheese. So kind of like a lasagna looking thing. Um,
Nice.
and then do we have anything else here? Yes, we got some sweets with the beignets. Sweet fried pastry dusted with powdered sugar. Man, we know people are going to be digging into those bad boys. That's for New Orleans.
Once you
So,
pop, you can't stop.
yes, so fun stuff food wise over there. I think that's kind of what Mardi Gras is known for. I know
Yeah.
HHN's gotten into the food environment the last couple of years, but I feel like Mardi Gras is very well known for food.
Yeah, and I still think the best thing I've ever had was they had a Nashville hot chicken stand where they had the Nashville hot chicken on top of macaroni and cheese. That still tops the best thing I've had there during Mardi Gras, at least. And I'm gonna say that when we went and hung out with Skipper Bob, was that during Mardi Gras?
Yes, he had that monster Bloody Mary thing.
Yeah, that thing was pretty good too. So normally they have some good drinks to go along, and I love how they break down the food per like country or per section or per culture, um, per se. It's really cool, man. I really look forward to the food party. The whole thing about Mardi Gras.
Hello, did we lose you? Is it too cold out there? Did you drop off? Where'd you go? We're left in a mystery now. He said the whole thing about Mardi Gras. Now we got to figure it out. We'll give him some more time. It is very cold in South Carolina, so probably all of our stuff is not ready to work. And said, "Are you back? Are you back?
Hey,
Hey,
we both just went away for like a whole minute.
that was you, my sir. I was still here."
Oh, okay. You froze originally, and I was over here dancing while you were frozen,
Yeah.
and then we both went away. I was like, "Alrighty then."
All right. Yeah. I blame it on the cold weather in South Carolina.
Nah,
Yeah.
we aren't used to it. That's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yes, Mardi Gras is a fun time. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully, people have a great time out there. Go ahead. I know that reservations have been set up now to try to get onto those Mardi Gras floats. So get those out as soon as possible. Try to get on that. Concerts. They have a concert every year. We tend to laugh at the Sugar Ray concert we saw when we were down
That's who it
there.
was.
Yeah, it was quite the annoying experience. So
He's like a modern day David Lee Roth with the way he talks during songs, in between songs, met songs. It was a wild experience, that's for sure.
it was for sure. Yeah, yeah. So what's going on concert wise this year? Is there any groups we're looking forward to? What's happening?
So there are two, maybe. Well, okay, so I do recognize some of these names. There's two that I might would want to see, although one of them left a bad taste in my mouth because of Mardi Gras Universal a couple years ago, but I can't blame them. But anyways, going down the list, they're kicking off with Walker Hayes. Don't know who that is. Sounds like a country music singer. If I had to guess, I have no idea.
It says don't miss fancy like country superstar. So yes, you are correct.
I tell you, man, they're so predictable with the way they name themselves. But
Walker Hayes. Yep.
all American Rejects, Ella King, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Bare Naked Ladies, DJ Khaled, Ava Max, Queen Latifah, which I didn't know she still did music. That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Louis Fonzi, not Fonzie A, Louis
Oh no.
Fonzi with an I, and Zed. So I'm familiar with a couple of those. If I was gonna pick a weekend to go down and see music, it's gonna either be All American Rejects or the Bare Naked Ladies. Those are the only two that interest me. Any of those
Right.
interest you, sir?
I don't know if I would personally drive down there for 7 hours to see any of these artists. Um, All American Rejects. I know a couple of their songs. I like a couple of their songs. I wouldn't say I'm high on them. Bare Naked Ladies, I feel like I know 1 week. Yes, that's their song that I know by them. Queen Latifah's freaking awesome. She's a queen. I'm glad she's out there doing awesome stuff. Ava
Yeah.
Max, I just started learning about Ava Max. She's got this song called Skinwalker. Pretty good. Skinwalker. Trying not to get a copyright, so we're gonna leave that alone. But good song nonetheless. So
Okay.
interesting group of artists there.
It's so it's
I
so
like that it's a random collection of styles as
yeah.
well. It's like a rock band, R&B, pop. You know, pretty
Yeah.
good collection wherever you're looking for.
Yeah, so a couple years ago when COVID first happened, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I was at Mardi Gras when COVID shut down the world. All American Rejects were supposed to be there, but they canceled.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that's
Yeah.
that's my hang up with them, but I know it wasn't their fault. No big deal. They're a fun band. They're a kind of poppy, kind of punky, kind of rock band. So it would be cool to see them. So early though. February 10th. That's right around the corner. If I remember correctly, I'm playing a show that night, so it won't be that night.
There you
Um,
go. Yeah.
but yeah, it's a weird list for sure.
It's a weird list, yeah. But there's something for everybody out there. So if you're out there, go have some fun, man. I know there's people who live in Florida. If I lived in Florida, I would be there for some of those for sure. But living in South Carolina, I'm not driving 7 hours for
Yeah.
not for that.
Gotta,
Um,
gotta see DJ Khaled, man. Let's make that 7 hour ride.
DJ Khaled. No. Um, let's see. Other stuff going around Universal real quick before we switch gears. Do you have anything else on Mardi Gras?
No, do you think if we went, you would go?
To Mardi Gras? I mean, sure. Yeah, I have an annual pass that I should use more. But um, yeah, I would probably go. If y'all go, I would probably hitch a ride.
Because one of the kids is coming up on Sweet 16, and she actually picked this as her what she wants to do, and not a bad choice for a Sweet 16 birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Not too bad. No, not too bad. All right. So, quick rumors around the Universal world. And it both involve something we've heard rumors about before, but it seems as the years go by, this is definitely going to happen. So, first one is Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket at Universal Orlando will be closing in 2025
Boo!
and will
Why?
become a Minion roller coaster,
What?
which makes sense. That whole land, you haven't been to Universal in a while, but that whole land has become Minion area. There's the Despicable Me ride. There's the Villains ride there right across from it now that took over for Shrek. There's a whole area of Minions. Monster Cafe turned into a Minion Cafe. It just, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, it makes sense that it would be switched over to a Minions roller coaster. I don't know what that means for picking songs and all that. I don't know if they're going to be singing Bananarama to you or what. But
Could you imagine having to repaint that whole thing yellow? Could you imagine that, dude?
that'd be insane. That would be insane.
Ah,
Now, I haven't watched
hey, I just
Despicable Me in a while, but I know they have a roller coaster in Crazy Silly Funland. So maybe I don't know if they're gonna theme it
oh,
that way
maybe.
or not. But and I think Hollywood has Crazy Silly Funland. So I don't know.
Okay,
Like I don't know what the plan would be there, but yeah, to paint that thing yellow in Florida would be tough. you know,
hey,
or just tear it down altogether because that ride, um, that lift has had several issues over the years where people have gotten
okay,
stuck.
listen. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
So you're still thinking the ride might have songs? Is that what you're saying with the Bananarama thing?
Hopefully. I mean, I have no idea.
Okay. I'm gonna do a song using only the word banana, and you guess the song. Okay? Are you
Okay.
ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Banana, 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 banana. You got it?
That is Banana Wire. Classic song. Classic song.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll have songs on it. That would be fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun hearing that just then. If I'm on a roller coaster and I have that going on, they hit me with a fart gun out of nowhere, we're in. Like that sounds fun.
That's crazy.
That sounds fun. So that's one rumor. The other rumor
Wait, I don't
is
like that rumor.
yeah. Other
Speaking
rumor
of fart
is The Simpsons, which has been quite the controversy, or not controversy, quite the topic since Disney owns the rights to Simpsons, right? What will happen with that land? Now, it's not a locked deal like Marvel is. Universal has Marvel as long as they want. Simpsons has a contract that will run out. And the rumor is Simpsons will permanently be closing at the end of this year to be replaced by something that I don't want, and that is Pokemon.
Oh
Yeah. um, I had the same reaction when I saw that rumor. Now, Pokemon, I don't think you've ever gotten into it, have you?
no.
No, I played Game Boy. That's how old I am. I played the first Yellow, Gold Pokemon Yellow or whatever on Game Boy. That was it.
Pikachu,
Never,
isn't that his name?
I never got into the card games. I never paid attention to the shows, anything like that. I
That
think I
movie
played
was
Pokemon Go for like a month, and then I was like, this is boring.
that, mo- that movie was lame.
Oh, Detective Pikachu? Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
I think Catherine Newton's in that though. We like Catherine Newton on this show. So, but yeah, I
I don't
don't
know,
see the
Captain
appeal
Newton.
there. Catherine Newton's amazing. She's
Oh, okay.
a scream queen. Okay, she's a scream queen.
Okay, all right.
Did you see the movie Freaky with Vince Vaughn?
Maybe is that Vince Vaughn. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she's the blonde girl. All right. Anyways, she's awesome. She's got 2 awesome horror movies coming out this year that will be talked about on my show. But yeah, Pokemon. I know there's a huge appeal for it. That thing's been massive ever since it's come
Yeah.
around. So I get why you would put it there. You got Nintendo opening over at Epic Universe, so yada yada. I get it, but like, dude, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, that's not gonna be a land like Simpsons. At least when I walk through there, I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun, and I've done the ride a couple times. Like, it's fun.
Oh,
They're
a
just gonna
whole
turn that
room.
ride. They're just gonna turn that ride into what, catching Pokemons now. I don't know what you do.
I don't know either. But we are firm believers and supporters of love what you love. But
Yeah,
that doesn't mean I
sure.
have to love it too. So if people are into Pokemon and stoked for it, then that overrules us anyways. So whatever.
Yeah,
Plus it'll be
no,
something new. I'm always down for something new.
yeah, that's fine. Like you mentioned, people are gonna love that more than they love the Wizarding World, and I love the Wizarding World to death. So what can you do?
Mhm.
You know. So that is the rumors going around there. Anything else Universal before we jump over to the Diz part of the show?
I want to hear everything and anything that's going on with Epic Universe because I feel like the more I hear people talk about it, they're getting more excited about it, and it's pretty cool, man. I feel like I'm not enough in the know when it comes to rumors that even just hear you telling stuff that's common knowledge would be fun. I think.
Oh, geez. Give me episode 3 to do that because there's a lot of stuff going on that I don't have written down. Um, it's looking great. The construction's going along very well. You can tell the
Where are you
lands now.
seeing this? Like I haven't seen. I'm so.
Well, I'm
I
a
feel like my
theme
whole
park.
feed is like football,
Yeah.
and it's weird.
Well, I'm a theme park nerd. Like, I love theme parks to death. So like all the stuff I follow is theme parks, including
Mm.
YouTube. And as soon as I open YouTube, there's normally a video right there. Epic Universe construction update. I'm like, all right, cool,
Uh,
let's go, let's watch it. So yeah, I've been watching that stuff and seeing everything that's going on there. And the lands are starting to tell themselves now. The Wizarding World, you have the huge Elder Wand out there as the opening gate. You have Dark Universe stuff building. You can see the manor coming together over there. You can see the dark trees. You can see How to Train Your Dragon Land with statues and one of the dragon rides being tested.
mhm.
Mario or Super Nintendo World. It's
Hey,
Super
which by the
Nintendo.
way, I feel
Super
like I've seen. I feel like
Nintendo
I've
World,
seen a
Mario World. Yeah, one of the
I
two.
yeah, I feel like I watched a ride video for I can't remember if it was Japan or Hollywood, but
hmm
I saw a ride video for Mario Kart. I don't know if I like the way it looks, man.
I have not watched it, but I believe it's screen
Uh,
based, right? It's a screen
yeah.
based shooter kind of game.
Hmm.
Okay, we'll see
I
what
don't know how
happens.
I feel about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, that's the Universal staple. Um,
Mhm.
There's the Yoshi stuff I've seen growing up over there, going around the castle and all that stuff.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fun. Like, I've seen the videos of the land in Hollywood, and it's a fun land where you get to go around and punch the blocks and collect coins with your magic, not
Hmm.
magic band, whatever they call it. But you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
power up band, I guess is what it's called. But it looks awesome. Yeah, to tell you everything that's going on there, I would have to spend some time collecting that information because I don't know
Hmm.
all the rides for sure. I know there's a Wolfman ride that is heavily rumored for Dark Universe. I
Cool.
believe there's a Universal Monsters as well, and a manor. There should be a cafe there. There's a lot of stuff going on over there, which it opens next year, which I'm excited about. The hotels are coming together over there. They're building 3 hotels, 2, and then there's one in the park. So a lot of stuff going on to keep up with over there.
Wow, that's so cool, man. I can't wait. That's so much fun. Like it's so overwhelming how new and how different and like if you we've been experiencing one thing for all of these years, which we love it and we will keep going back to do it, but to think that something new that massive is coming is just overwhelmingly like excitement.
It's
Like
exciting.
it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, I cannot wait.
It's exciting. Like every single one of the lands. Like I have no attachment to How to Train Your Dragon, but as soon as I can get to
Mhm.
that land, I'm going there and checking it all out and seeing what's going on. Like
Oh yeah,
there's
definitely.
stuff to be excited about over there for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. Going from that construction over to Disney. Um, the biggest thing going on over there is the Splash Mountain turning into Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah.
And more information has come out about that. We've seen construction stuff, or I've seen construction stuff, and it looks
Yeah.
awesome. It's looking great. It's looking like it's blending in more with the area. Now it
Cool.
hasn't officially finished construction. A lot of people are complaining, like, we want to see the splash part and where they're coming down. I'm sure we can still see that.
Mhm.
I just like the way it fits and blends in over there. But new details have come from NOLA News. They would know something about, Tiana's Bayou adventure. Um,
Yeah.
so the barn in the queue will house the main offices for Tiana's food.
Yeah.
Speakers in the queue will broadcast an old-timey radio show with songs performed by New Orleans musicians. So that's freaking awesome right there.
That's fun. Yeah.
The loud station features cranes hoisting Tiana's food crates. Good. Um, the piece of concept art shows the critters will take place when we first drop into the indoor section of the attraction. So there's the critters in there.
Mhm.
Let's see. Several Tiana animatronics will address guests directly as we look for the missing ingredients. So that's cool. That immediately makes me think of ET saying our names at the end of the ET ride, but this one's
Oh,
going to be addressing us, as it says here, quote, address guests directly. So I'm assuming they're collecting our names, or it's on our magic bands, I guess, when we go in there, because
okay. Yeah.
they do that at the end of It's a Small World, right, where they pop it up on the the, the cards or whatever when you're leaving. Like I
I
feel
don't
like
remember.
we saw our names on there or something, which means I need to update my name to review it. Yeah, all right, let's see. Let's see. Da-da-da. There will be nods to Splash Mountain, of course. There will be nods to
Mhm.
Splash Mountain in there. The audio animatronics will use the same technology as Frozen Ever After at Hong Kong Disneyland. I don't know what that means,
Wow.
but I know
Okay.
Hong Kong Disneyland's got some awesome tech and stuff going over there. So
Yeah.
tech and stuff, not tech and stuff. I don't know if Tekken's anywhere. Um,
Hong Kong spared no expense.
Yes. And the last thing here is the lead up to the 50-foot drop will feature, quote, magic. I'll just
Nice.
say it's got a lot to do with magic. It's a magical moment that happens down there.
Awesome. That's
There you
cool,
go.
man. I like that. That's one of those, and we never really touched on it with the show. Like I think a long time ago we had a which water ride is better when it was Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls, or if it was Splash Mountain. I think we kind of weighed and talked about the history and the differences of the ride, but I don't
Mhm.
think we ever talked about or touched on what are our thoughts on Splash Mountain going away. And I'll throw that to you, man. What do you think about it going away?
I'm fine with it. There's progress that needs to be made always. The park should never be left just sitting there. And seeing something, it's going to sound weird because it's all Disney, right? But seeing something, because they've been building Marvel related stuff and they've been building Star Wars stuff, which is cool and that's fun. But seeing them build something out of Princess and the Frog and bringing one of those
Yeah.
classic Disney animations to life is cool.
Mhm.
I don't have the attachment to Splash Mountain that a lot of people have. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the ride. I had a lot of fun with the ride, but at the same time, I know the ride is still going to be the same ride. Like the
Mhm.
philosophy and the idea of the ride is still the same. It's just different
Yeah.
characters,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome. I don't have a huge attachment to that movie either. Just to be fair, I think I've
I
seen
don't
it
think I've
once.
ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Princess and the Frog.
Oh no, I mean, Song of the South, the
Oh
one that
no,
they're trying
yeah,
to,
I've
the
never
one
seen
they're
that one.
trying to fade out. Yeah, I've seen Princess and the Frog tons of times. Great movie.
Yeah. So I'm interested in it. I'm excited. It's a ride to me. It's not a big controversy to me. Like it's not gonna be
Yeah.
like when they change Jurassic River Adventure, if they ever do it, Jurassic Park, where I'm gonna be like, you sons of bees. But at the same time, I'm gonna be like,
You're
okay,
burying my lead. You're burying my lead, brother. You hold that thought for a second, and then
yeah,
let me just say this: Splash Mountain was never a must do. I never went to Magic Kingdom thinking, oh man, I gotta ride Splash Mountain today, or my day's gonna suck. It was never like that for me. It was one of those where a 65-minute wait for Big Thunder Mountain, 30-minute wait for Splash. Okay, okay, let's hop on that bad boy. That's kind of what that ride was to me. And thinking about when it was made, how it was made, beautiful ride,
hmm
cool ride. You know what I mean? Classic, old school. But the fact that it's changing, like I seen on Twitter or X, whatever we want to call it these days. Somebody said all these Splash Mountain stands. What are you complaining about? They're making the ride better. You know what I mean? Like they're taking elements of what it was and they're making it better. So what? Why would you complain about something becoming better? So I'm like you. I'm not biased towards it. I have no.
Mhm.
It's changing for the better. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. If I can ask for one thing, because they
Yeah.
said they'll do nods to Splash Mountain. If I can ask for one thing in this ride, it would be that they do like a jazz version of Zippity Doo Dah.
That'd be fun. Maybe they will. Maybe that'll be one of the
Yeah.
Easter eggs.
Like that's all I
Like,
need.
yeah, somebody pop up playing a trumpet and that song's playing or something. That'd be cool.
Like I don't know about the characters. I don't know if Brer Rabbit is in the ride or not. I don't know if Brer Rabbit's controversial. Again, I haven't seen that movie. I don't know the controversial parts of that movie, but it's gonna be fun and it's a good change, I think, and to see how things work. And apparently, maybe it'll help out with Snow White because Snow White's still freaking extremely busy. Peter Pan, that ride's always busy. I don't like Peter Pan for some reason, unless I'm missing something. That ride is apparently the biggest ride in Magic Kingdom.
Let's go. Let's go ahead and put this in my virtual notebook right now because I can come back to this episode anytime and be reminded of this. I would
Mhm.
like to do our ride. I would like to do our ride battles again, like I was just talking about with the Dudley Do Right versus Splash Mountain. Let's do a Peter Pan versus ET. You want to do that?
Okay. I know how
Let's
some
do it.
certain
Noted.
members of Thrill Me will go with that, but um, yeah, yeah, I'm into that. I'm into that.
Okay, so
Leaving bias aside as well, because to be
yeah.
fair, I've done ET more than I've done Peter Pan, so I'm gonna have to leave bias to the side.
All right. Anyways, like I was trying to tell you to bury the lead.
Hmm.
So we don't care or we don't mind that Splash Mountain's disappearing, but I'm still sympathetic to people,
Yeah,
not the Splash Mountain fans that are throwing a humongous fit and boycotting and stuff like that, but people that are legit bummed the ride is changing. That sucks for them. You know, like maybe that's the first ride I ever rode with my grandma or my dad, or that's the last ride I ever rode with my mom. Somebody has like that kind of tie to it. Sympathetic with them.
yeah.
So the question I was going to throw to you that you already kind of started to answer: what if somebody was going to change what ride? Like, say that they decided Pirates of the Caribbean wasn't going to be that anymore. It was going to be Coco or Moana or something like that. How would you feel? Like what ride would it be, and how would you feel about it?
Man, the way you just got my head ticking with freaking Pirates of the Caribbean being something else. Which Moana I would love. I don't know. They don't have a Moana ride. Make a freaking Moana ride. They have like
They
that.
have something going on at Epcot that's Moana,
Yeah, they
and I
have
think
the
it's been
area.
malfunctioning
Yeah, the area
lately.
with the way of water or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
now I want like a ride. Like I did mention Jurassic Park. I won't be upset if they update that ride. Like if they bring what they're doing in Hollywood, I won't be upset if they do
Mhm.
that. Now, if they got rid of the Mummy, I think that's where we're talking about where I'll get a little PO. um, because that ride to me screams Universal.
Mm,
It's an indoor roller coaster. It's a great story. It's a fun story. It's an awesome ride. Like to see
yeah.
that changed or taken away would be shocking to me.
Mm,
Like that's one that I would have to sit with and be like, "Oh, no you didn't." Like,
yeah.
I would have to do that for it a little bit. Because it was that no, the first ride I ever did was Spider-Man, which if they changed Spider-Man, I wouldn't be upset if they did that. But because I was trying to go back to what you were talking about with personal memories with the rides and all that stuff. But yeah, it would be
Mhm.
like the Mummy. If they changed the Mummy to Fast and the Furious, I would be peed off. I would be pretty annoyed by that.
Just the fact that they changed Beetlejuice in the Fast and the Furious still rubs me the wrong way.
That whole
Like, come
ride rubs
on,
me the wrong
man.
way. Like it just the fact I had to walk through that queue to get to the Shucky house, that was Universal Gods messing with me a little bit, is what that was. But we
That's
got through it.
crazy. Man. That's crazy.
What's the one for you? Do you have one?
I feel like I have such a interesting story and tie to Space Mountain that if they just decided to up and change that one day, I would be like, God, don't take that one from me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's staples that are always going to be there because they're at
Yep.
every park in the world. Um, but Space Mountain to me is one of those where it's like, that's kind of. I'm not biased towards the rides. Like, if they want to change something, okay, cool. I try to not have like a hankering or like oh damn you.
Yeah.
I try to not be like that. But I feel like if it was Space Mountain, I'd be like, had some memories on that one, man. The ride tried to steal a couple of things from me.
Yeah, right. That was an interesting ride. Maybe we'll tell that story at some point. But
Yeah.
the like I remember seeing people getting so upset about the placement of Hatbox Ghost in Haunted Mansion. I'm like, dude,
Mm.
Hatbox Ghost is finally in Haunted Mansion. What? Like, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it would
What's
have
the
fit
matter?
story wise. It would be better somewhere else. But who freaking cares? That thing's awesome looking. Um, like that's the stuff that I could never get upset about.
Mhm.
Now I will say they annoy me that they don't do the Nightmare Before Christmas thing, and their excuse for it is the
Yeah.
dumbest excuse I've ever heard in my life. But like
Pretty weak.
that's the stuff I find annoying. But
Mhm.
I don't know. Like either way, I'm gonna go. Like I'll be there.
Yeah.
Now I haven't been to Disney in quite some time. Hopefully I'll get back there this year. I think it's been 5 years
Mhm.
since I've been back to Disney. Um, so hopefully I'll get back there at some point and maybe do Epcot one day. But nonetheless, I won't be upset if they change much. I'll get a little. It'll take me back a little bit, but we'll get through it.
Cool. So, that was some fun news and stuff talking theme parks, but I did want to end the show on a fun note if you are done, sir.
Yeah,
All right. I saw this on TikTok. I sent it to you. You didn't respond, of course.
I don't get on
So we're
TikTok.
gonna do it right here on the show, and I'm gonna go first so that you can think of your answer, and that's how we're gonna end the show this week. And if people want to chime in and give their answers as well,
Okay.
please do that in the comments. But the challenge proposed to you, sir, take any horror movie, preferably your favorite, but if another one comes to mind first, just spin it however way you want to. Take that titleist main protagonist, bad guy from that horror movie, and
Mhm.
swap and switch it out with a Looney Tunes character. Tell me the movie. Tell me the character. I'll go first because I already did this, and I know. First one that came to mind for me, which normally happens with horror movies, was Jeepers Creepers. I just have an attachment to that movie,
Right.
and I would like to see the creeper played by Wile E. Coyote, just because it would be hilarious to me to see him chasing down somebody in that van and then manhole, poof, he's gone, or hits the wall, or anvil falls off. Just something wild and wacky happened to him, like it always did in the old Looney Tunes cartoons. That was my pick. That was my go-to. What is yours, man?
Oh my god, that was a good one. I'm trying to remember Looney Tune characters. Give me a minute.
Zach
Um,
had a good one. He replied on mine. He said American Psycho with Bugs and Daffy. That's
there
a.
you
I
go.
don't remember the two characters that are playing. But that was like that's a good one. That's a good one right there. But I want to hear what yours is, sir.
Okay, well, if we're doing my favorite horror movie, then it's obviously Child's Play 2. So I've got to replace Chucky with a Looney Tune character.
And do you pick a short one? Like, do you go Tasmanian Devil? Do you go Tweety Bird? Or would you just pick? I feel like I know who would play the perfect Chucky, but I want to hear yours.
Oh my god. I'm looking through all the characters right now.
Like whenever you just think of these, like if you think of like Foghorn Leghorn walking around as Michael Myers, what a
Yeah.
wild concept, you know?
Okay, so I'm gonna go Pepe Le Pew. I'm gonna go
What?
Pepe Le Pew. Um,
Chucky?
because I just feel like Pepe's always he's got an attachment, right? And Chucky's attached to Andy, trying to pass his soul into Andy. So,
Pepe
um,
Le Pew trying to pass some other things into
exactly.
that.
That's exactly why I came to Pepe Le Pew because he's got that freaking attachment and he's trying to
Yeah.
move on in certain ways. So at first I was thinking like the Tasmanian Devil, but
Uh-huh.
which probably will work, right? Tasmanian Devil's just angry. Chucky's always angry and cussing. You can't ever hear what the Tasmanian Devil's saying, so maybe there. You know what? It is
Yeah.
Tasmanian Devil. What are we talking about here? It would be because it's like you said, you're looking for somebody size wise. So immediately I thought Marvin the Martian, but I'm like, I don't know if Marvin the
Ooh.
Martian.
Marvin the Martian and Chucky would be so awesome.
It would, man.
Like
That's a
Marvin the
good
Martian
question.
sarcastic, Chucky's sarcastic. You know, Marvin the Martian's kind of a jerk. Chucky's a jerk, obviously. The size matches up. I think you might have it with Marvin the Martian there.
Chucky's not a jerk, okay? Chucky is my friend till the end. He's just misunderstood.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
If you look at all these movies, these people are always beating up the Chucky doll. He's just getting his revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, depends on how you look at it. But that is a good question. Something, yes. Let us know in the comments what you've got because, yeah. What a wild question. I had to look up Looney Tunes. I haven't watched Looney Tunes in a while.
Yeah,
But yeah, Marvin the Martian. I had to, yeah. What
good call. I like
then freaking Brecken Meyer could ask for Marvin the Martian to be drawn on the back of his skateboard.
it. That's deep. If anybody knows what movie that's from,
Yeah.
let us know.
Awesome. All right, man. What a freaking episode. What a fun game.
Good way to end. Good way to end.
Hopefully we can come
Oh,
up. Yeah.
never mind.
Go.
Next time. Never mind.
Dude, you're not gonna remember it. What do you got?
So do you remember CDs?
do I remember it? Yes.
Let's do it next time. We'll do it next time. I'll remember because they're sitting right here next to me. I'll remember. We'll do it next time.
Okay.
There's a tease for next week.
We'll do it next week. We'll do it next week. Until then, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on your favorite horror character being turned into a Looney Tune or your Looney Tune being turned into the horror character. Either way, Bozo Land Space Jam. Let us know what you got. That is it for this episode. We gave you Mardi Gras talk. We gave you some Bayou Adventure talk, which those two kind of go together. So that's freaking rad. Did not know that. But yeah, there you go. He's doing the what is that? The wave? That's the thing. Kevin changed. That's what.
No, that's Pauly Shore. He's like, you take my style, you take your style, we interweave them.
There you go.
Son-in-law.
Yeah, you love that movie.
I do.
I immediately thought it was Kevin James after he fell off the jet ski and he was sitting in the water and he's like, oh, it's hitting me. Blah, blah, blah. That was right. Anyways, that's it for this episode. We'll talk Pauly Shore next week playing Richard Simmons as well because that's a topic we need to talk about. But for this week's episode of Disnoids, thank you for tuning in and listening. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, and stay magical. We don't have a close.
Disnoids out. That's how we'll end it. Disnoids out.
Disnoids dropping the deuce. We're out.